Hello, everyone. First of all, welcome and thank you for your time joining this AWS Summit today. My name is Chong, the country lead for eCloud Valley Malaysia. I'm responsible for eCloud Valley Malaysia team, and my biggest mission is to ensure our team member share the cloud value and bring the best cloud value technically to our Malaysian customer. Why I say technically? Because it's very rare that Malaysian customer enjoy real cloud benefit throughout the many conversations I have with customer. Today, I will share two topics which is around Amazon relational database services and auto-scaling. Today, I'm also very honored that I have a chance to share with you a story on how we help our customer. We invited Mr. Sim, Senior Vice President of QR Retail Automation Asia Senayan Berhad, to share their success story and the business benefit after embarking to AWS. Today, I have three topics to share with every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. The three key topics are auto-scaling, relational database services, and lastly, I wish to share one of our customer success story. Yes, auto-scaling, you hear me right. A technology that is so commonly heard in the past so many years, and yet I'm still talking about it today. Seriously? Yes. This is because throughout of my many conversations with client and partner, many of them to actually heard about it, but rarely I see the actual deployment of it. I hope my sharing can help you understand further and how this auto-scaling can help when your business spike, and most importantly, reduce your IT spend, keyword, automatically in the event of business traffic goes down. Relational database services, in short, RDS, is a technology where a lot of customers are still maintaining that see from far attitude. Today, I wish to share with you why I think RDS is good for you and your business. A lot of small businesses who are more agile already move to RDS and focus on their business priority instead of busy with day-to-day IT operation needs of maintaining the database. For the tasks like patching, security, backing up, upgrading, all these daily tasks are being removed from the IT so that the IT team can be focused on creating business value to the business. Lastly, let's hear from our client, QR Retail Automation, a proven global solution provider for leading retailer who provides scalable, flexible, and tailored solutions to meet retailer needs. QR Retail Automation client includes Aeon, Mark & Spencer, Metro, and Alpro Pharmacy. Mr. Sim will later share his experience how eCloud Valley has helped QR Retail to migrate their application to AWS, modernize their traditional database to AWS relational database services, and then optimize their application and database architecture. What is auto-scaling? It's a service to provide more power as the business needs growth on the peak or shrink during the off-peak automatically. In traditional environment, customer who wants to achieve high availability would generally set up two servers, load balance it. It's called scaling between the two servers. So traffic A will go to server A, traffic B will go to server B, traffic C will go to server A again, and the journey just continue. Everyone are very familiar with such setup. What if the traffic spike to the level that both of the servers are unable to cater the load? The server eventually die, and eventually the website or the application are unable to be accessed. Traditionally, to avoid website down or application can be accessed, traditional business will spec up a big server that is based on best estimation. The super big one provision those servers and serve the customer. What does it mean? These servers are expensive and it's sad to know that after those servers are being set up, those servers are generally below 10% of the utilization in 90% of the time. Why do we set up such a big server and expensive server while we are not fully utilizing it? Very sad, isn't it? To set up a big server and you don't use it often is waste of money. Then we think of save cost first, let's set up a smaller server when the traffic spike and struck the server, website down, application is down. Business reputation is at stake. Big dilemma. Is this really how IT should work? Of course, a big no-no. However, in the cloud world, auto-scaling did more than that. With the elastic load balancer, we can set up a smaller server and then load balance it using elastic load balancer. Of course, many people will ask me, how is your proposal to have small server serve the traffic when the website or application has very high load? With all these elastic load balancer services, the IT team can set up the server to be auto-scale. Let's say now, I have two servers. If the traffic spike means your business are very good, many people come into your website to buy, for example, Black Friday sales. Once the elastic load balancer detects that there are spike of traffic, the elastic load balancer will automatically load more server to help you serve the traffic, and the keyword is automatically. And when the sales activity are down, the elastic load balancer can again automatically detect the traffic has reduced, therefore the server will reduce to the original size as per previous slide. Let's use some numbers and take accounting software as a sample. Every company will have one. Let's say the company staff use the accounting software on the very high load based on using 16 core server for 8 days in a month. For 8 hours, that is 64 hours in a month. And there are 730 hours in a month where the server are running. If you are only running high load for that full capacity for 64 hours, 64 hours over 730 hours, that is like 8.8% actual use of the 16 core server. If you have a big server running full-time 730 server in a month, 91.2% of the time, your server are underutilized. And that is what makes your boss or your client thinks that it is expensive, right? Because 91.2% of the time, your server are just wasting your money because it is underutilized. Of course, no one will have noticed. If no one check, but we are showing an example how we can use auto scaling to actually lower down all of these costs. How can we do this? Let me show you a diagram for comparison. One of the accounting software as front-end server running 8 core and one accounting application running 8 core as well. Total as 16 core as per table. On the high-spec server, it runs 16 core for 8 hours, 8 days of the high peak period. Whereas, traditionally, the server would run 16 core for 24 hours, 30 days in a month. You can see 16 core being used in the second line, which is 64 hours for the high-spec server versus 730 hours for the traditional server for total a month. That reflects 8.8% of the actual usage of actual deployment if we deploy a traditional setup. In very layman concept, if we complete the calculation that runs normal server spec for 2 core in the remaining month, of the month calculation, you can see below 16 core, 8 hours, 8 days plus 2 core, 16 hours and 8 days, and then adding up 2 core for 24 hours for the balance of 22 days. Total up, we will see 2,336 core as compared to 11,520 cores. That is significantly 80% saving if you were to do optimized setup as compared to traditional setup. And that's how auto scaling can help you save costs and your accounting software. Connecting to the database, as usual, very typical 3-tier application architecture design. For most of the company, they are using like this, right? The design is typical and is without high availabilities and then single point of failure. Why? Because many people complain, hey, I can't set up 2 servers because it's expensive, because I need to have pray, it won't go down so easily, and the list goes on. At this junction, this design obviously we know is not the best practice, but because of commercial reason, why we have to no choice, but just set it just like that. And what is the SLA? It's very risky for the business and very common design for having such a design. And what can we do? It's driven by commercial consideration. And in this diagram, I'm going to share with you what we call a cloud architectural design. As you can see, we put a load balancer in front, and then we spin up 2 servers, which is very low spec, just 1 core each, and then connecting to the application server equally 1 core each. Yes, total you have now 4 servers with a total of 4 core of the web server. Connecting to your application server, accounting application server, and then connecting to a database. In this case, I will highly suggest Relational Database Services, RDS, and this is my favorite design. Why? As you can see, a very small server that we can set up, it is load balanced between each other. Second thing is the load balancer is capable of provisioning the 3rd web server to support your business demand. If in the event of you need more compute power by having that what we call auto scaling group. The auto scaling group will provision the 3rd, the 4th, all the way to a limit that you set of the number of the server, just like in the diagram. And if you look at the blue color box consists of AWS AZ1 and AZ2. These are two different data centers that is distant by 10 of kilometer. Here you go having a HA design. Just by having the right design, you have two data centers serving your business one single needs. Of course, on the database level, you can also see one primary and one secondary database being provisioned in two different data centers as per the application server. By now, you have all three-tier architecture or highly available in two different data centers serving you as one single business demand with very, very low price. All of this can be achieved with right architecture. I also like to share one real case where obviously I cannot name the customer. It's a very big retail customer in the payment gateway that they are using run on private cloud data center. Every time there is a big sales going on, again, let's say Black Friday, they will need to pre-inform the data center 5 days in advance. And the private data center says they can improve or increase their compute power to meet that big sales coming with a restriction. I was told 30% extra compute maximum. This is really a pain point for the retail customer because they cannot focus on their business, but yet they need to focus on to informing the private data center who increase their compute whenever they need a big sales. And then what if after the big sales, people forget to inform to turn it down the capacity? Are they going to pay for the high capacity while no one are actually using the system? I guess you know the answer. This is indeed very sad. Running IT, we still need to manually human intervention where it's supposed to be automatic. In my humble opinion, the IT are supposed to be providing business insight on how to run the promotion better, which product sell better together with which product, and then with the marketing department, and not doing manual scale up and manual scale down job. Solution? Move the payment gateway solution to the cloud with bare minimum infrastructure setup and set up auto scaling group. The payment gateway just work whenever the business traffic comes. No need to have headache to guess how big should my server be. Should I buy extra server now, extra storage now? When should I get my team to stand by for the increase? All of this such problem has been taken away. Okay, I believe above two examples, you can get enough of context on how auto scaling group can help your business by removing a lot of operation staff, and yet IT can run all of the business operational automatically. Next, let me share a little bit more about relational database services. IT are very familiar with commercial brands like Microsoft SQL, Oracle, open source database like PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB. All of these are available in AWS RDS. IT team have to hire dedicated database administrator to secure the database, patch the database, back it up, upgrade the version of the database when it's time, and also, of course, to have the DR copy on another site as required by many big customers who have strict compliance. Anyway, this doesn't mean small customers would not have this requirement. Only difference is they might not have a DR, or actually they didn't patch it, or actually they didn't secure the database, and no one knows. Frankly, in the real world, many customers don't do the patching or upgrade. I just met a customer still using a DB which is launched in September 2007, EOL January 2018, and they're still using the production as today, 2022. I last checked. Sounds familiar with your client? And the database is now without support from the principal. What if something goes wrong? Database is the heart of your company dataset that you cannot have any error in your business. Otherwise, it will be disrupted and down for many days. Imagine you want to play FIFA 2022. Of course, you can decide what kind of software, hardware you want to buy. You can choose NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 graphic card. Choose the SSD hard disk. Buy the Logitech keyboard and mouse. Maybe choose your own monitor, 24-inch, 27-inch, pair it with the latest Intel chipset for your CPU. After setting up all of this hardware, then you can install your Windows and then FIFA 2022 game. Same like how you are setting up your own database right now. But did you realize? Sometimes you can have all of the high-spec product, put it together, but still you need to manage it, tune it, and maybe the performance of the game might not up to your expectation. Another option is to trust the game console player who have done many of the research and combine all of the relevant hardware, software together and deliver you the ultimate game experience. All you need to do is click into the game and just start the game. Of course, you need to sign in with your own credential. A very good example, PS5. Of course, I'm not here to promote PS5, but that is one of the very good examples we can use. Sony have researched and developed the game platform combining all of the hardware processor, storage, Wi-Fi, graphic card, and the joystick. Deliver this game experience to you in a box without you having to set up much of the back-end, so-called game infrastructure. So in this layman example, self-managed database versus a RDS relational database services. Using game console as example, I hope I explained layman enough so that you can understood if this is first time you are hearing it. Let's go into a little bit more details of it. There are 6 key benefits of RDS. First of all, it is very easy to set up. It only takes a few minutes to set it up. Number 2, you can anytime have a read replica of your environment. Again, just a few clicks. All right. Number 3, if you have to improve the performance, you can change your storage in just minutes. Number 4, patching is a savior for a lot of DBA because before patching, there are a lot of testing need to be done where DBA generally doesn't have enough resources in terms of time, hardware to perform all this patching, so that if a RDS can help you to do auto patching, this will save you a lot of time and money. Number 5, fail over quickly. If the RDS sense that your database having problem and the database is smart enough to quickly swing over to your standby instance and take over your production within 1 or 2 minutes and generally give you a 99.95 SLA uptime. Number 6, backup is automatically. Companies spend money and effort to make sure backup is in place, like buying expensive backup software and extra storage. Backup requires a lot of money and human effort to ensure this is being backed up. RDS allows you to define the RTO and save all the transaction log into S3 bucket, which is AWS storage, in every 5 minutes. And you can define the backup between 1 to 35 days, and that is not enough. If that is not enough, you can also do a manual backup as you like, and it will keep the backup until you delete it manually. Many people have seen this chart for years and years whenever we talk about platform as a service. I guess this is a muscle chart. As per the chart, RDS only needs your attention for the application optimization to work with your RDS, and the topic of auto-scaling, high availability, database backup, database patching, database to be upgraded, patching the OS, upgrade the hardware, maintenance of the hardware lifecycle, hardware refresh, and last but not least, the power network. All of these topics are being taken care by the cloud provider. If I again take the example of FIFA 2022, you just need to brush up your gaming skill and no need to worry about the console you have just played in the game. In this database context, you just need to tune your application to the best performance and the cloud provider will take care of the rest. With this chart, give you a graphical view on what your IT team will be spending time with, and I hope your IT team can spend more time with your application to improve your business operation and not so much on IT infrastructure anymore. At this junction, some IT people will be very worried that they might lose their job, but I want to tell you, in fact, you just need to uplift your skill to manage cloud platform rather than traditional platform. With a proper skill up, a person can manage cloud platform for larger environment. That is where IT personnel bring more value to the company. For example, DBA can only manage 3 databases, but now maybe the same person with the right skill being trained up for cloud platform, he or she can manage 10 or more, right? But we can't have the cloud platform unattended, and the only person can manage this DB platform is exactly the same person from your team. This is what we meant by improving productivity. We don't mean to dismiss the IT DBA. So DBA, worry not. In the Amazon RDS multi-AZ deployment, Amazon RDS automatically create a primary database, install and synchronize in the data on a secondary instance in a different AZ. When the primary database instance detects a failure, Amazon RDS automatically fail over to the slave instance without manual intervention. Today, I'm very honored that I have invited one of my best customers, Mr. Sim, from QR Retail Automation to share about his experience. QR Retail offers scalable and flexible tailored solution with proven global track record for major retailer. Today, Mr. Sim can share how we help him to modernize their database from traditional database to AWS RDS. How RDS have saved him so much of their time and effort during day-to-day operation. After the environment has become stable, we also help QR Retail to optimize and further downscale their IT infrastructure to further save their costs after understanding their application behavior on the cloud. Please welcome Mr. Sim.
Hello everyone, my name is Sim. I'm the Senior Vice President of QR Retail Automation. Firstly, I would like to thank AWS and Mr. Chong for giving me this opportunity to be part of this event and share our cloud journey together with AWS and ECV. First, let me do a quick introduction about QRRA. QRRA is a subsidiary of Silver Axis Group. The company started in 1992 and has over 29 years experience and proven track record in retail consulting and solution deployment for customers across Asia, Europe, and Middle East. We are proud of our capability to process more than 1 million sales transactions per day for our enterprise customer and support more than 1,000 concurrent application users for a single site. And that's not the limit. As of today, we have covered more than 700 retail outlets across 9 different countries. We are currently rapidly expanding in Asia, and our customers include Aeon Retail Group, Metro Singapore, Marks & Spencer, and Alpro Pharmacy. This is our global footprint. Most of our customers are in Asian region, and Aeon Group is our key customer. We started our relationship with Aeon in year 2005 with first implementation in Taiwan, followed by China and Malaysia. After a successful implementation in 3 countries, our system was selected by Aeon as a group solution for Asian region. We did not have SME customers in the past due to high entry level, especially the cost to set up an on-premise infrastructure with high redundancy and high performance. So, in year 2018, we started on a cloud transformation journey with the objective to be able to offer our solution in software as a service model and lower down the cost. The transformation was successful. In less than a year, we managed to secure our first software as a service deal with Metro Singapore, a leading departmental store in Singapore, which went live in 2019. The success continued with securing our next customer, Salamco Supermarket, with 8 outlets in Kelantan, followed by Alpro Pharmacy chain with 150 outlets in Malaysia. Both went live in 2021. And this year, we secured another pharmacy customer, HTM Pharmacy with 22 outlets in Malaysia. This is an overview of our solution coverage for a retail business. In the front end, a retailer needs POS to manage the sales and IoT solution to improve customers' shopping experience. We offer POS and IoT solution via our partners. Then, it is an e-commerce platform to manage the online sales. Our omnichannel and e-commerce solution helps to bridge the gap between physical store and online stores, with ready-to-use connectivity to various marketplaces like Lazada and Shopee. Next is the store and warehouse operation, where we have our warehouse management solution and handheld terminal application to improve efficiency of warehouse and store operations. The final component and the most critical component are the back office operation. Here, our B2B solution, customer loyalty, business intelligence, and our merchandising solution is able to cover the entire back office operation. As you can see, we have different modules in our solution to support end-to-end retail business. This saves retailers time, cost, and effort of managing various vendors to run their business. Some of you may ask, why QR Agora Cloud? What is our benefit or key differentiator compared to other ERP vendors in the market? Here are a few of our key advantages. First, with 29 years of experience in retail consulting and solution deployment, we are able to tackle and manage complex requirements and needs of a retailer. We have a large pool of resources that comes with deep industry knowledge and always able to provide a solution to our customers. Apart from that, our solutions are highly scalable based on business need and support easy implementation of new business model. We face many retailers who seek for new solutions due to constraint of their existing ERP solution. It is a norm in the retail world for retailers to start with their business with a simple solution obtained from small ERP vendors. However, these retailers start to feel the pinch when their business starts expanding and their existing ERP is unable to support this expansion. With Agora Cloud, retailers are able to scale based on their business needs. Next, one of the significant differences in QRA is that we are the owner of the product. What is the benefit of this, many may ask? With the IP ownership, we are able to customize our solution to meet the retailer's requirement. Each retailer would have their unique way of running their business in order to stand out compared to others' competitors. So, they need to customize the solution to create some unique value proposition to their business. This is a key highlight as many of the enterprise ERP solution is not easy to customize. In many cases, retailers build and create subsystems around the core ERP as a workaround. And over time, they will face difficulties to manage multiple subsystems, which will be more costly in the long run. That's a little highlight on QRA's profile. Now, let's look into how we embark on the wonderful journey of cloud hosting. We started our journey in year 2018, and AWS has been selected as our cloud partner. Why did we choose AWS when there are so many cloud vendors in the market? Well, our main reason was because of their work culture that always put customer first. That made us feel very comfortable to work with them. We have gone through 3 phases for the entire journey. In phase 1, we did a lift and shift by deploying our solution on cloud with tuning on the application to make our solution work on cloud infrastructure. With the support from AWS team, the migration was done successfully and completed within a year. This success allowed us to start offering our solution to customers with a software as a service model. In phase 2, we worked closely with ECB on infrastructure tuning for cost saving. We learned from ECB that there are many ways to reduce the cost. Here, I would like to share a few methods that help us to reduce the cost significantly. First, monitor the server resource usage using CloudWatch and adjust the server to the right size to reduce the unused capacity. Second, change the server instance according to the application needs. Some of the AWS services are designed for CPU-intensive application, and some are designed for memory-intensive application. By using the right services, the cost of the server can be reduced significantly. Third, upgrade the instance to latest generation. AWS launches new instances that are more powerful and lower in cost from time to time. Therefore, by upgrading the instances to the latest generation, the server will be able to take higher load at lower cost. Fourth, apply stop and start scheduler to the instances that are not required to run 24/7, such as data warehouse server and non-production instances. All these efforts have resulted in a 25% of saving in our cloud expenses. In phase 3, we work on application modernization. This phase is still ongoing, and the project includes migrating our application database to AWS native database for cost saving and scalability. We also work with ECB to set up a landing zone, which is a baseline for multi-account architecture, access management, governance, and security based on cloud best practices. Other than that, we are also enhancing our data warehouse and ETL solution with Redshift and DMS. Again, thanks to AWS and ECB for the support given to us and make this entire journey a good experience. We have gained a lot of benefits from cloud adoption. First, by converting our solution to software as a service model, we are able to offer our solution at an affordable price for SME retailers. As mentioned, we have successfully won the first software as a service contract with Metro Singapore in July 2019, less than a year after starting our cloud journey. And subsequently, we won another 3 contracts in the subsequent year. This year, we won another contract on ERP solution migration to cloud for one enterprise retailer. This migration is a challenge to QRA considering the large data volume and tight timeline given. Again, it was a blessing to be able to partner with ECB for this migration project. The entire team demonstrated strong technical competence, high commitment, and excellent quality of work, which made the entire process seamless. Secondly, we managed to improve our SLA. In AWS Cloud, The long-term backup can be stored at the low-cost storage such as Glacier, which allows fast access to archive data. Compared to on-prem setup, the long-term backup has to be stored in a tape, and the restoration of the data from the tape requires a long time. The cloud infrastructure that easy to scale has also helped to avoid the performance issue and downtime that could impact the business operation. Third benefit is the cost saving. By using the RDS managed database, it has helped to reduce our database administration work significantly. This allows DBA to spend more time on value-add tasks such as performance tuning of the application. Apart from that, by working with ECV, we can gain a significant cost saving on the infrastructure cost. Fourth benefit is the improvement of system scalability. It is normal in the retail industry to have spike in load due to sudden increase of sales, especially during big sales or events. This sudden high in sales can be multiple times higher compared to the daily sales volume, which could lead to system performance issue at on-prem architecture. This issue can be overcome easily on cloud, as cloud infrastructure is so easy to scale. Looking back now, after 4 years, we are happy that we made the right decision to move to cloud and choose the right partner, AWS and ECV, to begin our cloud journey. For those who have yet to start or still in the midst of deciding, my only advice to you is act fast and just do it. In fact, we started our cloud journey with little knowledge on cloud. So my question to you is, why do you have to worry when you have great partners like AWS and ECV? They are the great partners to kickstart your cloud journey. Based on my experience, I'm sure that they'll be able to provide you all the needed support and guidance to make your transformation journey a success. Get started today so that you'll be here in my place sharing your success story next year. Last but not least, thank you once again to all of you for your time listening to our success story. Without any further delay, I pass the section back to Mr. Chong. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sim, for your sharing, and thank you everyone who paid attention to our sharing. I hope the example of auto-scaling has bring greater understanding of cloud benefit to you, as well as sharing from Mr. Sim will make you more confident where it is very, very possible for us to do it together as a partner to bring your application and your database to cloud with the minimum effort from your business. Let ECV handle the heavy lifting portion of the work for you and let you focus on your business and not the IT problem. Once again, I thank you for your time and I'll see you again soon.